Pranam, I am Jasmine Parekh from South Brunswick Pathshala, and I'm going to tell you the story about Marichi. This is the third bhav of Bhagwan Mahavir, and Bhagwan Mahavir's soul was in Marichi. Marichi is the grandson of Rishabdev, our first Tirthankar, and is the son of Bharat Chakravarti, our first Chakravarti. Marichi was very inspired by Rishabdev taking Diksha and decided to take Diksha too. But he was very spoiled, and so he wore sandals on his feet, had an umbrella with him at all times, wore orange clothes instead of white, and had his hair in a braid.
My name is Megha Chaudhary from South Brunswick Pathshala. People came and asked him, "Is your path right or not?" He said, "My path is wrong, you should go to Rishabdev for learning." And one day he fell sick, and Kapil came and asked him the same question. First he replied the same way. Then he said, "My path is also right." Kapil became Marichi's disciple as it was an easier path to follow. Back at Bharat Chakravarti's town, Bharat Chakravarti went to his father, Bhagwan Rishabdev, and asked him, "Is any future soul of a Tirthankar present?" And he said, "Your son Marichi will become the 24th Tirthankar." When Marichi found out, he started dancing with pride and ego. Due to this pride, Marichi, the soul of Bhagwan Mahavir, attracted the karma of taking birth in a Brahmin family at the time of becoming Bhagwan. And therefore, he had to experience the pain of his soul being transplanted from Brahmin Devi Nanda Mata's womb to Queen Pratishtha Mata's womb. This is because Bhagwan's soul only takes birth in Kshatriya kings. And I'm 8 years old, and I'm from South Brunswick Pathshala, and now I'm going to tell you the story of Bhagwan Mahavir's soul's 16th life, Prince Vishwabhuti. Once, Vishwakanandi was always jealous of Vishwabhuti, who was his cousin. So once Vishwakanandi played a very mean trick with his father on Vishwabhuti. Vishwabhuti got angry and pulled trees out of the ground in angriness. So, Vishwabhuti then took Diksha. After taking Diksha, he used to fast for 1 month after another. He used to go to towns for 1 day to end it and eat food. But one day, a cow came and attacked him.
Pranam, I'm Ashika from South Brunswick Pathshala, and a cow was walking next to him, and the cow pushed him over accidentally, and he fell. So he fell, and he had a cousin brother called Vishwakanandi that was sitting on his porch, seeing the incident that happened on the street, and he laughed at him, saying, "Where's your strength? Before you were so strong. Now what happened to you?" So he got really mad, and he picked up the cow, twirled him around, and put him on the ground really hard, and that caused the cow's death. And after 11, he had to do 11 more lives to go to moksha instead of if he went this life. And this is the start of King Vasudev. He liked music, and he ordered musicians to play for him.
Pranam, my name is Hasit Antara, and I'm from South Brunswick Pathshala. So, King Vasudev, as he loved music, one day he told his servant, "When I go to sleep, tell them to stop playing." So the servant said okay. But when the musicians were playing, the music was so lovely that the servant was so into it, he forgot all about it. So when King Vasudev woke up, he said, "Why is this music still playing?" And the servant said, "Oh, I forgot." And he wanted to give him punishment because the servant couldn't hear properly. So he ordered another servant to take hot molten lead and put it into his ear, and that caused the death of the servant. Also, this retraced back when there was revenge when this servant, when Mahavir was in his 27th bhav, this servant was the one who put nails into Mahavir ear.
Thank you.
Pranam, my name is Shri Bora, and I'm from the South Brunswick Pathshala. So, I'm going to tell the story of the Shravan Kalyana, also known as the conception of Bhagwan Mahavir Swami. So, this is Devananda Mata, and in her womb, she had Bhagwan Mahavir Swami. Bhagwan Mahavir Swami was born in such a low caste as a Brahmin because of his egoness as being Marichi. Because he was too proud and had too much pride of being the last Tirthankar and how he was saying that his father was the first Chakravarti. So, Pranam, my name is Parth from South Pratishtha. So, Indra, seeing that Mahavir Swami didn't deserve such a low class, told his most obedient servant, Haridi Dev, to go down to earth and take Mahavir Swami from Devananda Mata and give it to her co-sister, Trishna Mata. Haridi Dev took this form and went down to Devananda Mata. This was a tricky job and he successfully did it. So he took Mahavir Swami from Devananda Mata and gave him to Trishna Mata. This is what this transportation represents. But there are Trishna Mata and her 14 dreams. The first one starting with the elephant and the last one ending with the bright red smoke with fire. And here some trees. Oh yeah. And the people that made this project also spent 400 hours working on it. There was overstaffed.
My name is Pratishtha. I'm from the Edison Patshala. This is the Janma Kalyanak, which is the second Kalyanak between the 5 Kalyanaks that Bhagwans go through. In this Kalyanak, this is the day when Bhagwans are born. Immediately after they're born, 56 babies come and they come and have a party. They put sandalwood paste, they bathe them, they even throw flowers on the Bhagwan. And this shows the importance of how Bhagwan
This is Shah from Patshala, and I'm going to explain the 5 Indra on Mirupur. When the Bhagwan is born, Indra throne shakes. He immediately jumps out of his throne and does 3 kamasana. He prays to Bhagwan by saying Namutana. He makes 5 bodies and uses them at all the same time and to do Bhagwan Seva. Number 1, carrying baby Bhagwan in his hands. Number 2, fanning him with chamar. Number 3, fanning him with chamar. Number 4, holding a parasol so that no sunlight falls on Bhagwan. Number 5, he is leading the procession with Rudra in his hand. Indradev carries baby Bhagwan to the top of Meru mountain. Hi, I'm Marsha. I'm for the Edison Township. Edison Pasha. This is a little program. Meripata is the tallest mountain. There are 3 ways. My name is Shaji Shah and I'm from Edison.
I'm Priya Shah and I'm part of Edison Patshala, and I'm going to explain Mahavir Bhagwan's palace as he grew up. This is the palace where Mahavir Bhagwan grew up. The middle 2 are his parents, and the 2 people on the side are Indra and Indrani. And this is where he grew up, and this is where his childhood was. And now Sneh will explain the Patshala.
I'm part of Edison Patshala too. And this is Patshala. And as Mahavir Swami grows a little older, he goes to the Patshala, and over there, the Panditji is very surprised by all the knowledge he has at such a young age.
Thank you.
My name is Pratishtha and I go to Edison Patshala. So, when Mahavir Swami was a child, his name was Riddhaman. So one day he was playing with his friends, and then a snake came. So all the children got scared and climbed up a tree. But Riddhaman, who was fearless, took the snake and placed it away. So some angels came and named him Mahavir because he was fearless.
My name is Pratishtha and I'm from Edison Patshala. This is the scene where Bhagwan Mahavir takes Varshidan. Varshidan is when all the great souls that are going to become Tirthankars give away various things such as food, clothes, jewelry, and wealth, etc. So, at the age of 29, Bhagwan Mahavir wanted to take Diksha.
So every single day for one whole year, Bhagwan donated various things such as food, clothes, jewelry, and gold coins. All the angels, the Dev and Devs from Devloks, they helped Navid with the result.
I'm Tanay Gada. I'm 8 years old. I'm in Edison Pathala. This is the story of Lord Mahavir taking Diksha. Wanted to take Diksha at the age of 29, but he couldn't. Lord Mahavir wanted to take Diksha at the age of 29, but he couldn't because he had to do Varsidhan for 1 year. So that's why he took Diksha at the age of 30. He gave away all various things while he was doing Varsidhan, like clothes, money, and everything he had except the clothes that he was wearing. Soon Lord Mahavir had nothing left except the clothes that he was wearing. The angel helped him do Varsidhan.
Thank you.
My name is Yukti Sangoy from Edison Pathala. After Varsidhan, on the day of Diksha, Bhagwan sits on a special chariot from heaven. This procession is called Vargoda. On the Vargoda, they go to the jungle during Bhagwan's Diksha.
My name is Desha Doshi from Edison Pathala. This is the scene where it shows that Bhagwan is in place and then he's going to take Diksha. So he takes his hair out in 5 fistfuls from his beard, mustache, and his hair, and the Indra collects the.
Jai Jinendra. My name is Krupali Patari from Edison Pathala. This is a story about Chandrabala, who was a princess and due to circumstances was working as a servant. She was punished by Setani and her owner, and she was who has some suspicions about the relationship between her and Sid. So she was kept in the cellar, and her hands and legs were shackled. Her head was shaved, and she was not given food for 3 days. At the same time, Bhagwan Mahavir Swami had done a 6-month upvas. He said that he would only accept poetry from someone who was a princess. Their head was shaved. One leg was inside the door, one leg was outside the door. Their hands and legs were shackled. They had not eaten for 3 days, and they were crying. So when Sid had left the town regarding business, Setani locked Chandrabala in the cellar. So when he returned, he saw Chandrabala in the state and saw, did Setani really do this? Chandrabala replied yes, and he brought her upstairs and tried to unlock her shackles, which was successful. When he brought her upstairs, he gave her some beans to eat since there wasn't anything proper in the house to eat. He said he would go to the market and bring her something better to eat since she had fasted for 3 days. At the same time, Bhagwan Mahavir was in town and was passing by Chandrabala's house. Chandrabala heard that Bhagwan Mahavir Swami was coming, and so she went to the door. As she saw Bhagwan Mahavir Swami at the door, she went to go give her beans that she had to Bhagwan Mahavir Swami as grocery. But Bhagwan Mahavir Swami had saw that she had fulfilled all of the abhigra's he had except for the crying part. But as Chandrabala went to go give Bhagwan Mahavir Swami her grocery, Bhagwan Mahavir Swami saw she wasn't crying. So he went past her, and Chandrabala thought, why had Bhagwan accepted her grocery that she had given him? So she started to cry. Looking back, Bhagwan Mahavir Swami saw Chandrabala crying, and then went to accept the grocery from Chandrabala as all his abhigas were fulfilled. Thank you.
My name is Mari Gada. I'm 11 years old and I'm from Kaldwell, Pathala. And I'm going to explain the Samavasara. The Devtas are coming and making the Samavasara to hear Prabhu's speech. The first gird, the third gird is silver, the second is gold, the third is ratna, meaning gems.
I'm going to do the Dharma Dajjana. The Dharma Dajjana is very tall and it's so everyone can see it from very far away.
Thank you.